the city and the stars. Now that Phineas knows Minister Clark's been hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide in Byzantium, he just needs you to get to the city to steal it. Easy. Meet with Phineas's contact. Okay?
What's on your mind?
Oh, I can't ask him any of the questions now. Oh, that sucks. I have a save from earlier. I'm not backtracking that much. Oh well. We could have gotten a little bit of more information.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain.
We have.
How can I be of assistance?
There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Ada, do you have a favorite among the crew? It's me, right?
Define favorite.
Someone you like the most?
I see. In that case, my favorite is Sam.
I could strip you down for parts. Are you keeping any secrets from me?
What do you mean? Do you have any examples of secrets you have kept from me?
I'm one of the Lost Hope colonists. Scientists revived me from hibernation. She already knows this.
Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
Are you sentient?
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
I think your secret is that you were in love with Alex Hawthorne.
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
Alright, fine. You're a clandestine. But you are clandestinely plotting to take over the Halcyon system.
How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
So I guess I can't admit that I killed Alex. Alright. To Byzantium.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
What is it?
It's a parcel, sir.
Are you sure it's not a package?
This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages.
What if I don't want it?
I am contractually obligated to deliver my cargo to the captain of the Unreliable under pain of fines, imprisonment, and censure by my superiors.
Then why did you ask for my permission?
That's the HPS difference for you. Service with civility. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
What?
They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
I can make a rude gesture at him. No, sure thing. So that starts DLC quest. It is a package. It's not a parcel. Mysterious package. Frickin' lied to me. We're not doing that. We're doing the city and the stars, baby.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What part of the... How can I... See you soon, Captain.
Yep. Figured you'd want something.
So, Harlow was rottener than week-old Borst. Big surprise.
Are you going to talk about that first before we talk about... Okay.
Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do.
What's that?
I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick.
That's funny. You don't strike me as the type who keeps in touch.
Which brings us to where we are today. Several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise.
Actually, I can see it.
But I worked so hard. I dropped the accent, picked up a swagger, developed a taste for Spacer's Choice.
You gotta put in a little more effort if you want to pass for real scum.
Maybe I could skip a few more showers, drink milk straight from the jug. Yeah, I'll try that. Thanks. In any case, this'll still be a shock to my parents. I bet they'll barely recognize me.
I forbid it. I'm proud of you, Ellie. Of course you should reconnect with your parents.
Reconnect is a strong word. And, I was thinking you'd come too.
What? Why would you want me to meet your parents?
Because it would be fun.
Level with me, Ellie. What's this really about?
Well, they know me as Marilyn the Surgeon. They don't know Ellie the Pirate Sawbones. But you're authentic rabble. True riffraff. When they see you, they'll get it.
Alright, so you want to show your pleb friend off to your fancy parents. It's real mature. Oh, yeah.
Come on, I didn't leave home and become a pirate because I enjoy making responsible decisions.
It's not gonna get weird, is it?
Of course not. I mean, not unless you want to bring a feral canid or a mantis on a leash. That'd make a real impression.
Okay, I'll go.
Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one.
What?
Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that.
It's almost like you want me on my worst behavior.
That's the idea. Anything else?
Yeah, what can you tell me about Byzantium?
It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced.
Why did you leave?
The real question is, why didn't I leave sooner? There's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just trying not to break them.
What do you mean?
I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first.
Yeah, that'd drive me crazy.
Now you see why I left. People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polish and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony.
Well, I need the lay of the land. Anything I should know?
Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and whatever you do, don't show your teeth when you smile.
Why not?
People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly.
Well, it must have been interesting growing up here.
Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made the best of it.
Sounds like there's a but to this story.
Lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than, well, anything else.
She sculpted their butts. Okay, I'm done with the planet.
That's what I've been saying.
City. Let's go. So this is Ellie's city, so we'll be bringing Ellie along. Need to find Phineas's contact. Wow. Carmen.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to be meeting you?
Why do you sound so surprised?
Nothing, it's just... I thought you'd be taller. Anyway, let's not get hung up on that. The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium.
The Phoenix?
Yeah, that's my codename for... you know, our mutual friend.
What's your code name?
Oh. I'm Golden Eagle.
Okay. Do I have a code name? They all seem bird-themed.
Yeah. I named you Cuckoo.
Turn into a freaking child here. No way. I'm Golden Eagle. You can be Cuckoo.
That doesn't even make... Fine. Fine.
Does this mean I'm supposed to have one too? Fine, but make it a really good one.
Let's go with... Rufus Hummingbird.
Forget it. Codenames are for amateurs anyway.
Too late. I've already marked it off. Can't just go reassigning codenames.
Oh, can I be chicken? Because chickens will adopt any critter's baby and keep him warm.
You sure you don't want to be Raven or Sparrowhawk?
Aw.
Okay. Chicken it is.
This cloak and dagger stuff is nonsense, but if everyone else gets a code name, I want one too.
You can be cassowary.
That's shockingly apt. Cassowaries were a solitary bunch. But once they had a friend, they'd stick with them till the end.
Aggressive little creatures, too.
Can we pick our own code names? I want to be Rolling Thunder. Wait, no, I got it. Dropkick Millstone, yeah.
I was really trying to stick with the bird theme. How about Bullfinch?
Wow, that is so much better. Bullfinch Millstone.
Okay, but adding your last name kind of misses the point. Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded.
Can you get me into the minister's estate?
Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence.
Okay, so what can you tell me?
Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
That's theft, not renaissance. Thanks for the tip.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
How exactly did you get involved in all this anyway?
I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
Okay, we can use our science of 40. When they die off, it's a sign that something's wrong.
Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see.
Like what?
For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
It does.
And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
Well, that one actually seems pretty normal.
Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place.
And?
At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
It just seems very unnecessary that anyone is worrying about this. I mean, yeah, if you ask me, the suggestion box was useless to begin with.
I don't know how else people are supposed to complain about things they can't change, but that's not the point. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Alright, well, there's gotta be a catch to the minister. There's got to be a way to catch the minister someplace less protected.
Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out.
Well, looks like I've got some work to do.
Good hunting, Golden Eagle.
Oh, I actually got to keep the name change.
What is it? I'm trying to keep a low profile. Good hunting, Golden Eagle.
All right. We now have to do a B&E. Starts by talking to the guards at the bar. Starts in a bar like most D&D sessions. They could at least play a different jingle instead of just putting Spacer's Choice on repeat.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say. Everyone knows marauders can't fly.
I am wearing my top hat, but I don't have an outfit to put on. What is this?
Hey, you! Yeah, you, with the million-bit smile. How'd you like to make it worth 10 million?
That just sounds inappropriate to ask a random person.
According to local legend, if you walk around the orrery 3 times, your corporate rival will die of a paper cut.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Nah, probably just shot.
Hey, Radonos. It's like they really hinted at it.
Chicken and potatoes.
What are you two arguing about? Nothing, I guess.
Spacer's Choice Adreno. For life's little injuries.
Well, if they're trying to paint this place as being not bad, they shouldn't have giant quarantine signs up. Also, there's so much litter on the ground, and they're trying to say this is the city of the future.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
I just want to ask you something.
Oh, by all means, ask away.
Pick up any interesting rumors?
Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka is about to release its newest color, ultraviolet, completely invisible to the naked eye.
Okay. Guard Mayfield.
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times.
Are you supposed to be drinking on the job?
Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all.
Oh, well, what's so important about guarding the minister?
He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key the minister's estate, my own personal UDL issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone.
Oh, that's cool, man. A key, you say?
That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence. It's all so very high level.
Anything you can tell me about Minister Clark?
Oh, he's medium height with like medium colored hair and like a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters.
Wow, how descriptive. You haven't met him, have you?
Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started.
Well, you know what? How about I buy you a drink to celebrate your promotion?
That's a great idea. I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Sure have, 'cause today's my big day.
He's got powerful good ears, too.
And a powerful thirst. You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal?
Here's to your promotion.
Here's to me. Hey, you were really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Did you down all that in one drink? Yeah, I think I got another. Here you go.
It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws, I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
All right, I'll leave you to it. Oh, sorry.
What can I do for you?
I need a drink.
Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there.
Aren't you the bartender?
Quite so, but I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical assistant does all the work for me.
Wow. I'm trying to put my gun back up.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails and pre-approved banter.
Pre-approved banter? How could I resist?
Request confirmed. Banter protocol activated. Welcome, attractive patron, to Billingsley's House of Inebriation. Studies have shown that drinking in the vicinity of extremely valuable objects, such as this automechanical bartender, can enhance the quality of your intoxication.
Sounds good. Let me get a drink. Wow, it's Rizzo's. So I can't give him... I thought I had a rum and something on me. I have a purple berry wine, but he seems to only want Spectrum Red.
Hey, buddy.
Let's have another.
I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Ugh. Was that one supposed to taste like purple berry crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Sure.
Ooh, he's just sleeping. Yeah, he's just...
Be right there.
He's just sleeping it off.
No problem.
Get out here. Get out here. Get out here. Okay. Yeah, he's
I'm
good.
coming.
He's good to go.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure to see the many rewards reaped from your diligent labor. Once we nail down the details, I can't wait to share what's in store. For now, my friends, keep up the hard work.
All right. Well...
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all.
This is Terra 2 Street.
I don't know. Something. Anything.
All right. Do I have a thing? No. No, I do not.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here for Minister Clark?
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
Was the minister expecting a package?
Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
Okay. So I don't have a key card, but minister needs a package. I mean a parcel. Minister needs a parcel. It's a parcel service. Okay, let's go into the parcel office. I really wish it would stop pulling my weapon out. Olive Yates?
A fine day for parcel pickups, isn't it? Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy.
She looks more like a Bates to me. What exactly do you do here?
Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke.
All right. So if someone needed a package delivered, they'd come here?
Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages.
What's the difference?
It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble.
Okay, hold on. I Googled this. Dictionary.com. A parcel is a thing or collection of things wrapped in paper in order to be carried or sent by mail. Hold on. Let's look up a package real quick. Package. An object or group of objects wrapped in paper or plastic or packed in a box. Okay, so pointless. Do you have a parcel waiting for Clark? Minister Clark?
We do, in fact, have a parcel here for a Mr. Clark, Minister.
Is his first name Minister? I'm here to pick up the minister's parcel.
You're not an official member of the Halcyon Parcel Service team. That means you'll have to sign a release form.
How do I do that?
Oh, I'd have to submit a request for a release form and then wait for a receipt for my request of a release form. Then you'd have to make an appointment.
How long does that usually take?
Couldn't say. We've got a backlog and I'm planning on retiring in the next 35 years, but I could give my successor a memo on your behalf.
You're kidding me.
You're welcome to lodge a complaint in our suggestion box. Actually, no. We're still waiting on our delivery of a new suggestion box.
Okay, well.
Excellent. I'll mark that down as customer's complaint resolved. Another satisfied patron.
Notice to all HPS employees, due to the removal of the suggestion box, all customers with complaints are to be directed to Windows C, as our policy for customer complaints is not to deal with them. Windows C will remain unmanned until further notice. I was about to go to Windows C. Still gonna. Oh, hey. Hold on.
Carry on.
Oh, I thought I could answer his problems. Wanda Chin.
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day. I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Move along.
Yeah, it's right there. I guess we'll just persuade her.
Burning the midnight oil, are we? The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. How may I be of assistance?
Can I pick up the minister's parcel now?
I'm afraid it doesn't look good. I filed that request for you, but our backlog's grown by another 6 months or so since we last spoke.
Persuade 41. The minister's here in Byzantium. I'll make the delivery, and you're free to take the credit.
You do that? Wow. Hey, you know, a positive review from the minister would go a long way in my semi-monthly employment audit. Here's your parcel to be delivered to Mr. Clark, Minister. Law speed.
What are you, Mr. Fantastic? How did you pull it out of that room?
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Something's not right. Hold it right there!
Nice going.
What do you think you're doing?
How did you notice me? Nothing?
I don't want any trouble out of you.
How did he notice me? My lockpicking still went through, but dude's got eyes. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Because it wasn't her. Her back was turned.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Just take the free gun fix.
You must be joking.
There's nothing to see here. Move along.
I'm delivering for the minister.
Yeah? Let's see it.
Show me what you got. I've got this parcel right here.
Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
Thank you for your time. Nice if I wasn't pulling my gun out. Okay. We're allowed to be here. Hey.
Move along. A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
How did you get in here?
I walked past your security. I mean, well, first thing I did was I lied and said I was a package delivery guy. And then I went and picked up your package and I persuaded the lady at the front desk. And then, let me close these doors so we're not interrupted. And then, I just walked right in because no one, checked any of my paperwork because I don't have any paperwork. How you doing?
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow.
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
What are you talking about?
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Call me a moron again and I'll end you. Calm down, I'm just here to ask you some questions.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I explained this a second ago. I just walked in after I lied a couple of times. Wait, you think I'm a dissident?
My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here.
Oh, well, I'm looking for dimethanol or dimethanol sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this guy is definitely not.
Will that be all, then?
Why do you keep talking like that?
Stars, they're getting denser by the day. I shall endeavor to speak more slowly. Is this better?
Slower and louder and into my good ear.
Was that a joke? Sarcasm, even? Oh, this is such a relief. You've no idea how long it's been since I spoke with someone intelligent enough for irony.
What's going on here?
Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
Yeah, sure. It's always someone else who ordered the hookers and energizing ointment.
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
We haven't even gotten into the matter and he's already like, it was Rockwell. Why would he go through all this trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely pays.
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't help, who will? Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
All right, the HHC headquarters?
Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth.
All right, so then let's focus here. How do I get into the headquarters?
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons?
They're rather dirty. There are also rumors of sprat infestations, faulty automechanicals, and other unsavory hazards, if that sort of thing bothers you.
Well, once I get into the Acropolis district, what then?
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
What used to be your office?
Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense.
How did you manage to hang on to your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Do I want to know?
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here. There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
Okay. Well, thanks for the help.
Wait. Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
Okay. What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention.
Bro, Earth's probably gone. How long will that take?
Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat.
Well, it's something.
And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Okay, well, we're still doing the city and the stars, but we've now got the lying Earth as a task.
What a pleasure. I haven't had this much company in quite some time. I ideally hope I'm not imagining this.
All right. We'll talk to him when we do his lying Earth quest. For now, back to what we were doing. Hold on. Persuades 120. Let's finish off our science. Our science skill. Lower my health, the more damage I do. We'll refresh their thing. The enemies are kind of easy to kill now, so it doesn't really matter. Hi. Okay. So we either have to go through the sewers or
You must be joking. Our fair city is being...
talk to the guy up here at the checkpoint. Excuse me.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
Guard Stallworth. Not looking for trouble. I just want in.
Yeah, and I'd really like a new Hammersmith grenade launcher. Hammersmith, The most trusted brand in brutality. But we can't all have what we want. And seeing as you don't seem the executive sort, you obviously don't belong in the Acropolis district.
That's some brilliant logic. You should be promoted.
Hey, I've been trying to get a post at the HHC, but they keep turning me down on account of my odious interpersonal skills. Or something. Anyway, I've worked here long enough to know every clerk by name and face. And since I don't know yours, you ain't getting through.
All right. We can lie or we can persuade. Mind if I take a breather? Mind if I take a breather? Pretty tired after hauling around all these bits.
You could have asked me, you know.
What in the law's name are you on about?
Oh, I can bribe. No, I'm not paying you. This is embarrassing. I was going to bribe you, but I just realized I don't have enough on me. I do, but I'm not paying her.
Honest mistake. Why don't you come back another time and we can take this from the top?
I can lie though. You don't know me because I'm new to the job. I'm starting at the ministry tomorrow.
You're new to the ministry? You one of those lab coats they promoted from a company town?
Science and a lie. Or I can say, would you believe it? Punch my ticket out of Edgewater. Good riddance. Our body might not like that, so I'm not going to say it.
That was yours? Wow. You earned that promotion, all right. So you start tomorrow, huh? You know, they should have set you up with an ID 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Well, if I ever find the clerk who stiffed me, I'm gonna censure him with a strongly worded memo.
You do that. Yeah, all right. You're good to go.
Thanks. But we're not gonna take that path. I just wanted to show you what happens if I choose that path. We're going to go through the sewer.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing in this city work anymore?
We'll get to him. All right. Oh, took a wrong turn. All right. They aren't on my tail, then I'm just gonna move on. Acropolis District. Oh.
Great work.
I was told there were assassins down here. That won't make sense because I didn't do that. Talk to that guy during this quest. But supposedly there's assassins down here.
Oh.
Yeah, it is tall. We just pop out here on the other side of where we talk to them. Kind of makes no sense, but I guess if you're stealthy enough, you can just go straight to the door. So if they turn around, they're just gonna attack you. Tall. Beatrice?
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
I mean, the only fancy thing I'm wearing is a top hat.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Am I good?
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high priority HHC business only.
What's through here?
If you're not clear to know, then I'm definitely not clear to tell you.
I need to see the chairman.
Yeah, and I need a new flavor of Tyleritos. Chairman Rockwell's away on business, and even if he were here, you need to request an application for an appointment.
How do I do that?
How should I know? No one ever gets an appointment with the chairman.
All right, well, is this official enough for you?
Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
You better be joking.
I'm not authorized to employ humor on the job, sir. Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
How about you save us both the trouble and let me through?
I was going to suggest that myself. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms.
That's fine, but I suggested it first.
Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
What is dervish mist?
You're cleared. Go on through.
Yep. Oh, we're here. Percival Platt.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery.
What exactly do you do here?
Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby.
Okay, any chance I can meet Chairman Rockwell?
Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
No. Okay. Well, you can use the minister's key to open this door. Or if we're high enough, we can pick this lock here. I have a key. It is red, but I have a key.
Gotcha.
Headed back.
Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors.
I won't be long. I'm just admiring the architecture.
I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
I'm going.
Construction checklist. 1. Get rid of Minister Clark's stuff. Percival claims the real leather sofa. 2. Tear down rest of wall. 3. Check to see if wall is load bearing. Do before number 2. Then just move it above it. 4. Install steam bath to Chairman Rockwell's specifications. 5. Install wet bar next to the steam bath. 6. Finish everything before Chairman Rockwell returns should be number 1. Yeah. Feels like you could have moved those around a bit.
Just goes to show you never really see your hometown till you travel with a visitor.
Mm-hmm.
Be right there.
Why has he got a broken snow globe? I mean, like, why is it broken? I believe that's something for your ship. So I'm not gonna grab it at the moment. But we're here for this terminal. Chairman Rockwell, personal files. Subject, what's taking so long? Percival, how long does it take to clear out an abandoned office? Toss Clark's belongings into the streets of Byzantium for all I care. He's not using them. Just get my office expansion done before I return. I'm tired of staring at the hole in the wall, and for law's sake, do something about the doom and gloom presentation. We have the brightest minds in Halcyon working in our public relations department, and they make this announcement sound like a damn funeral eulogy. We need something bright and cheerful. We need something we can sell. Masseuse. Percival, reschedule my regular Wednesday massage. I have urgent matters to attend to off-site. Food reserves. Chairman, I've made inquiries and can confirm that we have plenty of food, real food, stored away from our inter-colony trade. The nutritional profile of food produced within Halcyon has continued to decline. Soon, people are going to start feeling hungry no matter how much they eat. Unfortunately, it's gotten too expensive to continue buying from even the closest colonies. But what we have will sustain Byzantium and a minimal workforce for the foreseeable future. Sophia. How did I cut my freaking finger? The other corporations. Chairman, the heads of the other 9 corporations are up in arms about their shares again. As head of UDL, you can override them easily, but I thought you should know they're at it again, Percival. 9 companies. Spacer's Choice, Auntie Cleo's, Rizzo's, Sublight? Does that count as one? I don't think so. Rocky Mountain, I guess that's 4. CMP is 5. Glacier Age is 6. Hammersmith is 7. Tile as 8. Festus is 9. No, that can't be it, because it's A and B. See, I don't know what all 9 of the companies are, because there's more than 9 companies. It doesn't matter. Priority message. Chairman, the rough cut of the presentation is prepped to play. The PR department has a lot of work to do, but we've covered the basics. 1, Halcyon is on the brink of starvation. 2, the board scientists are working on a solution. 3, workers can look forward to the Lifetime Employment Program, LEP, for their chance to contribute. You'll see the current version when you print your keycard for the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. And yes, before you ask, the dimethanol sulfide has been delivered there. It's waiting for your sign-off on the board strokes. Broad strokes, not board. So I wanted to make sure you saw it. Don't worry, I'll make sure it gets properly edited. And this is where he was talking about change it so that it sounds more upbeat, like something they can sell. Yes, we're starving, but blah, blah, blah. And the Lifetime Employment Program, because this will be taking place after... I'm going to do the other videos and I'm going to put them before this one. So that the Lifetime Employment Program is... they're executing people. That's what it basically is. You sign up for the program, and when you reach a certain age, you're executed. And let's go ahead and send our message real quick. And let's print the ministry keycard. Operation complete.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyon can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
I don't know about you, but I'm all for living fast and dying young.
Never mind. LEP is the plan to freeze everyone. I had it wrong. The retirement program is they execute people. All right. Well, we have a key card, and we can now retrieve the freezy juice. Well, the juice that he's going to use to unfreeze people. They would have definitely heard that video playing. But I guess it's not my problem. Oh. Okay. It's a thing to get your ship, but it's only if you do the board playthrough. It's a side with the board. So yeah, they're just gonna freeze everyone. They're failing, so what did they do when they failed on Earth? They froze everyone and launched them into space. What do you do when you fail in space? You freeze everyone and try again later. Chairman doesn't have a single original idea. If I remember correctly, if you do some of the side quests, it'll make all of this easier. So we're gonna do the Byzantium side quests real quick, and then I'll be back. Alright, now that I've gone and done every other quest, I am back. Also dressed completely different. Let's go ahead and look around. Got some office clerks. Two commanders.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been hounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
They're all pretty unpleasant. What do you think they actually do down there?
Best not to ask. Remember that one clerk, Emily? She found a badge one of them had dropped and went down to return it. Never saw her again.
Okay, just feedback. Let you know how to progress.
Okay.
Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. This is HR. Welcome to the Human Resources portal from the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Humans are our fourth most important resource in the ministry. Great. If you have a complaint about anything work-related, write about it here. You will feel much better after you do. Then why is it locked? New employee complaint from Caroline Endicott. Issue finally taking action. Theodore Isaacs keeps eating my purpleberry lunches. I know that sprat-toothed little snot is the one doing it. I've seen him with cracker crumbs on his lips and purpleberry stains on his lab coat. Could be blood. Working next to him and seeing him pick the remains of my lunch out of his disgusting teeth just makes me want to scream. There, I did it. I screamed a little. That felt good. I'm just going to sit in the kitchen and wait for him to do it again. I'll catch him in the act, and then I'll come back and write up another entry. I'm going to be so livid.
Okay.
Right? That's the woman scientist that they were talking about. They said downstairs, I thought, but she's actually upstairs. We also have Guard Holt.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance.
It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. If you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
Worth a try. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Like I said, X-36 clearance only beyond this point.
Showing him the chairman's key card that we got off the terminal. We'll wait, because there's another way of getting in. Also, did I pick that up on this? Yeah, okay. I do have a UDL identity key card. Should I make sure it works? Okay. It do. So if we want to go the stealth route, we can. I got it in the tunnels. The underground tunnels. Can I see those on the map? Yeah, the maintenance tunnels. It's in the locker room. It's in a locker and a little hard to see. But it's there. You can also get one on a different planet. I just don't remember which planet it was.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible connections to Phineas Wells. And, well, Tillman designed all those wanted posters.
So UDL's interrogating Tillman? Ugh, that's disgusting. Can't believe I had lunch with the guy.
And all he did was his job, which was creating wanted posters. He doesn't know Wells. There she is.
Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle of something.
Science of 70. You seem like a woman who knows about sprat mitochondria, but I can take this conversation elsewhere if you're busy.
Oh. Oh. You know, I always have time for sprat mitochondria, as well as charming men who can appreciate the finer points of cell biology.
Is that... Okay. Science of 70. How do you feel about mitosis and meiosis? Sounds sexual, because it is. The contours of smooth endoplasmic reticula.
Are we still talking about cell division?
This is certainly a conversation worth continuing elsewhere, but I don't think I've seen you around, and I'm sure I'd remember you.
We can lie. I'm new. My paperwork hasn't come through yet.
In that case, I can get you into the lab. Consider it a favor you can repay later. Follow me.
Alternatively, we could talk to her and agree with her about Theodore Isaac being an a-hole for eating her lunches. But the weird sexual science conversation is, you can't not do that, man. Hey girl, you into mitosis and meiosis? Now that she leaves, they can all go have lunch. They can't have lunch when she's in there because she's crazy.
Hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And he's on his own if he runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Hold.
Go on through.
So now if we don't have the stealth, we can freely walk downstairs. Or, not downstairs, in this room. We can't freely walk downstairs. Wonder if I had a science outfit on, would I be safe?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. We'll continue this later.
Dang, I wanted to hear more about all that sexy science talk. I was gonna go in that room, but she's literally right there. Buddy? Can you move? Okay, we don't know what the colors are. Oh, those are pods. Because they are freezing people, but those are pods like our pod. You have red, yellow, and blue.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words statistically insignificant mean anything to you?
Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
We're obligated to get a working formula before Akande has us all in tanks to help test the next batch of samples. Now get to work.
Gotta let them finish conversations sometimes, or else they'll just stand in your way. And you don't want that. We need backs turned. Get a reset. Giles Molina. That's right. We saved his mice, his sprats.
What a pleasant surprise. Thanks to you, Reginald, Philippa, and the rest are up to their old games of deception and seduction. But what are you doing here?
I need to inspect the dimethyl sulfoxide.
On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires a top-level clearance. After all, we're running low on the stuff. I really shouldn't be doing this, but you did help me out. Take this key card. It'll get you into the hibernation lab where the remaining dimethyl sulfoxide is. If you're seen by any of the guards, however, I'm afraid I can't help. Good luck.
Nah, you've helped more than enough, and I'm glad your rats are a drama TV show for you. Dang it. I still have 3. Obviously, I want to reduce using them. There's the terminal over there I need to read.
I'll keep it down.
All right. Locker room. Okay, can we get to that terminal?
Let the record show that Subject 23K's cause of death is cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.
That's an 86% failure rate for this batch. I think we can safely move on to the next.
And I had such high hopes for this one. Oh well, I suppose it could have been worse.
Yeah, they could have ended up like those poor bastards in containment.
Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Remember, Ministry terminals are for the use of Ministry business only. Anyone caught or suspected of using military terminals for criminal, deformity, or defamatory, or non-work related purposes will be prosecuted. Lab notes. All subjects have perished after undergoing multiple hibernation cycles. Subject 19F, massive cranial hemorrhage upon removal from hibernation chamber. Subject 61B, intestinal rupture upon removal from hibernation chamber. Subject 82C, lab technician accidentally shorted hibernation chamber. Subject was electrocuted. That one shouldn't count. Subject 15R, pulmonary edema upon removal from the hibernation chamber. So why are they failing? Where Phineas succeeded. Remember, human trials are expensive. Test the animals first. Trial 27. I've tried replicating the work Dr. Wells initially did on the revivification formula, but his notes are basically unintelligible. This may take a few iterations, so Dr. Wells worked here. Trial 64. That's tetraborate ethanol, not toasted dinner roll. Okay, trial 68. Maybe it is toasted dinner roll. Trial 82. Powers that be are demanding results. I have submitted my catalog of dead sprats. Trial 127. I didn't realize it was possible to run out of sprats. Trial 128. Which genius left the new shipment of sprats in the kitchen? Trial 237. Still attempting to complete Wells's formula. Still going through a dozen sprats a week. We've got a lot of work ahead of us if this is ever going to be effective at reviving people from long-term hibernation. They not care? Oh, the scientists don't care. A thing pops up over their head, so I thought the scientists cared. But they don't. I'm guessing to them, I just belong here, otherwise, why would I be here?
Hey, I saw that. No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification.
Persuasive 1, Dr. Endicott can vouch for me.
Let me guess. She's still holding the catch-up packet incident over Holt's head, right? We've talked to her before. She can't keep letting her special friends down here.
Hey, I'm extra special.
Just get out of here. I don't want to catch you hanging around.
Fine. We lost one of our things, but it's fine. I have 2 more. I think they reset, do they? Oh, this elevator doesn't count.
Huh?
None of these ones counted like I thought they would. There's the hibernation lab. It's locked. Here we are. That resets it. Frenzied test subject. Can you guys get in here?
Okay.
Yep, be right over.
Seeing if Tillman's in here. Or, no, they're all just going to be called test subject. What was her name? Emily. Tillman and Emily. Vanished. Well, one of them vanished. The other one was arrested. Welcome to the Subject Containment Facility. For the protection of ministry property, including ministry personnel, dangerous subjects must be properly restrained. Containment logs. UDL security scooped the subjects up from the various locations around Halcyon. None displayed any behavioral abnormalities or homicidal tendencies. We tested reviving formula number 132 on them, the one with high concentrations of adrenotime. And they began exhibiting hyperaggression. Whatever you do, do not open the cells. Okay, I'm not going to open this.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification.
How did you get in here and find me? How embarrassing. I must have left it at home.
Sure. I've heard that one before.
I doubt it. My stories involve 3 sprats, a half-trained stun baton, and a gallon of stimulation. That's okay.
Stop! I don't want to hear anymore. Just don't let me catch you again without your ID, okay?
All right. I'm guessing you're... Like, why did he come in here? Where was he before? Right here? Just standing right here? Okay, we can get caught 2 more times. All that's left to do, I think, is go through that final door, so guess that's what we're gonna do. It's terminal. Oh, this is the hibernation room that he gave us the key for.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification.
Can you reuse one of these?
Let me guess. We've talked to...
Yes, I can reuse it. Okay.
Soldier.
When at first you don't succeed, log your results and notify your supervisor. You log notes. Lab notes. Long-term hibernation experiments. Tests are ongoing, but so far, We've had little success in adjusting the hibernation process to safely allow long-term subject storage and revival. Short of a major breakthrough, we'll have to hope they have more success next door with the revivifying formula. Okay.
What? What was that? I better take a look. This area is for authorized personnel only. You're not supposed to be here, are you?
Persuade, so we only got to use her excuse twice. Relax. How do you think I got here?
I guess that's what I was wondering.
You really think I got past all the other guards if I don't belong?
When you put it that way, it does sound pretty unlikely. Still, you should go. I don't think the other guards will be as rational about this as I am.
Okay. And get 2 more failures. Or 1 more failure. So I should probably... get back, get my resets, and then we'll go through the hibernation door, since we did earn ourselves the key.
Sure, on my way. Be right there.
Oh, whoops. Okay. I can't even jump over this railing. I don't believe there's any enemies in here, so... They don't seem able to see through glass. Like, what's the point in this room? There's nothing in there. Welcome to the Human Experimentation Station of the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Human testing is a required step of any new product or process in order to ensure accuracy. Please be sure to document the results of all tests thoroughly to save the expense of additional trials. The notes. Live human trials. The addition of dimethanol sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neuroactivity. However, our formula is still missing something. We are still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethanol sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethanol sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. We can transfer it to a canister, but before I do that, this must be the canister I'm going to move it to. Warning. This procedure may result in the invalidation of experiment results and the death of human test subjects. Further information? Sudden withdrawal from dimethanol sulfoxide is highly lethal and will result in the cancellation of any in-process experiments. Experimental integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving a 73.6 to 9% dimethanol sulfoxide concentration in circulation, which means we can take all of it, but all of those test subjects behind us will die, or we can take some of it. Experiment details. Experimental authorization, Charles Rockwell. Project, Lifetime Employment Program. Objective, to repeatedly revive human subjects from the extended hibernation without causing the death of the human subject and the loss of associated productivity. Results, inconclusive. Prognosis, cautiously optimistic. Well, let's take 26.371%. Proceeding to withdraw the maximum non-lethal quantity of chemicals from the experiment. Calibrating sensors, checking dimethanol sulfoxide levels, transferring to canister. Yeah, these people don't need to die just because Rockwell's a piece of shit. Why do they look mad at me? I chose the maximum non-lethal amount. I'm a hero.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Well, I'm just getting started.
I'm glad to hear that. This may come as a surprise, but I happen to enjoy your work. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky.
I get it. You're well informed. Can we move this along?
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
All right, how did you find the ship?
There's exactly one vessel in all of Byzantium that looks like it dropped out of an aetherwave drama. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
No, that's it. So from here, we can start doing the board quest line, or we can continue working with Phineas, because we're reaching the end of the game. Oh, so I should probably drop a save. Drop another save.
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab. Do return in 1 p.m.
Okay. I mean, he's going to be upset I didn't bring him a full container, but I'm sure he'll understand that I can't let all those people die in his stead. Yeah, so we have long distance or City in the Stars.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
I mean, it gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes two things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
I found your chemicals in the Ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
These are all the chemicals I could get. Any more, and I would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Science of 45. There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
Engineering of 30. The Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route the power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Okay. Well, I've got some questions.
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
People aren't going to notice a gigantic colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
Well, Just so we're clear, you know skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, no more questions.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Okay. Wanted to talk about the Hope or the Ajante thing, but we'll put those in the next one because they do tie into the next quests.